Hi guys, so Mimi, I felt guided to come on and do a reading for the Masculine Collective. So I'm going to be working with the Wildwood Tarot. So Spirit, please show me what this collective needs to see and hear at this time. Show me what the Masculine Collective needs to see and hear, Spirit. Anything else? Anything else here, Spirit? Spirit. So we have number 20, the Great Bear. This is on page 76 and page 77, so those numbers could be relevant for you. Fear of death and damnation have mutated into a distorted view of the card known traditionally as judgment, as a calling of righteous souls from their graves by an angel on Judgment Day. But the universe is much simpler than religious theologies would have it. The laws of evolution and cause and effect have more to do with divine judgment than human morals. If on a personal level, life is squandered in the pursuit of vainglories and pretentious ambition, the painful void left with an individual's soul will make itself known through despair and frustration. On the earthly or universal sphere, if we abuse the ecosystem and lay waste to world resources, nature will find a way to redress the balance by its own evolutionary means. Nature's not vindictive, just practical. By the same token, if time is spent educating and understanding ourselves, this investment in wisdom will help us live our lives with a deeper respect for all humanity and nature. Life will be enriched by the joy and beauty of the universe. The Great Bear is the guardian of the forest ways and holds the power of life and death over those who transgress its laws. After experiencing the stages of being stripped and laid bare, the initiate experiences renewed strength and wisdom and is reborn into a place of quiet stillness, peace, and rest that allows the healing process to be completed. The new, whole, reconstituted person lies hibernating, full of potential, ready to meet the coming spring with energy and joy. The only thing in life that is assured is that if you wait long enough, it will change. How you survive the change and who you are after it is up to you. The major element in this process is judgment of yourself and others. This may relate to an assessment regarding a personal matter or situation and could be linked to the process of forgiving. It may also relate to a group or social decision. In the process of judgment, both as an individual and on the universal level, honesty is the key. Be honest, be forgiven, be patient, but most of all, be assured change is at hand. Remember, the universe has a long memory. Nothing is ever forgotten. Okay, now we have the Six of Stones, exploitation. Okay, this is on page 135. That number could be relevant for you. Selfish or foolish overuse of non-sustainable resources implies imbalance in work or business that is damaging to yourself or the environment. The human race's capacity to exploit planetary resources to our own detriment is motivated by a flawed belief that we have the right to do so. As we begin to come to terms with the profound effects of global climate change and the irreversible effects this will have on our children's lives, the human race still struggles to deal with the unresolved issues of how to feed the billions of new human beings born every year. How we will resource the education, health, and social service requirements of entire generations to come seems like a question too painful even to think about. With world financial systems and safeguards breaking down, and faith in any government's ability to tell the truth and act with integrity severely damaged, our social moral codes and once familiar cultural norms appear under enormous strain. We all need to be aware of the price our children will pay for our exploitation of the planet's resources. Okay, next we have Five of Stones endurance, and this is on page 134. It takes inner strength and courage to protect yourself and survive the challenges of life. This may mean withdrawing from trauma to focus on emotional resilience. Of all the qualities a spiritual warrior or seeker on the journey of life must possess, the spirit and will to endure is most important. In the words of one screen sword master, Bob Anderson, nothing said it was fair. There will be trials and there will be harsh challenges. Life is a contact sport and there will be bruises. The desire and willpower to survive and recover from setbacks is vital and necessary. Legend has it that in 1306, Robert the Bruce took shelter in a cave for 3 winter months while being hunted by soldiers of King Edward I in Scotland. This was the lowest point in his life, having suffered defeat in battle, seen his brothers executed and his sister captured. The Bruce's only companion in the cave was a spider that attempted to spin its web repeatedly across the mouth of the windy cave. Repeatedly, the wind tore the web apart, but at last the spider succeeded in its quest and the web weathered the storm. Maintaining a resilient mind and retaining a sense of humor are most important to our health, along with the knowledge that the sun will rise on another day filled with opportunities. Beautiful message there. So even if times are tough right now, brighter times will come. You just have to hang in there and persevere. Now we have the Nine of Arrows dedication. Okay, this is on page 93. The spiritual warrior dedicates their arrows of inspiration by playing the bow as an instrument of summoning. The inner oath helps keep one on a balanced footing by dedicating skills to a greater good. To heed the calling to dedicate one's life to any skill, spiritual path, belief system, or philosophy requires sincerity, self-discipline, and hard work. It is a sacred summoning that requires time and effort. For those who hear the calling and become spiritual warriors and protectors of the land, responsibility and sacrifice are also required. To deny that the human species has had a negative effect on the planet's climate and atmosphere seems totally redundant. The growing awareness of our individual impact on the ecosystem may take on greater significance in the future. We cannot predict what effect our avarice and rapacious exploitation of the land will eventually produce, but the dedicated defender of the soil must protect the living legacy we leave for our children. To teach by example the value of respecting others' beliefs and philosophies and honoring the land is immensely important. Sometimes a simple daily ritual reminds us of the oath we have taken to conserve and protect the environment. Dedicate yourself to the task of preserving the land and be a part of making a difference. Okay, and this could be related to your mission work. Your mission work may be that of preserving the planet, right, for our children and grandchildren. And then finally we have balance that came out. Number 14 in the Major Arcana. This is on pages 64 and 65. The balance between humanity and nature is vital. The intricate mechanisms that are the arteries and nervous system of the earth are as sensitive and complex as that of any living organism, and we have succeeded in shifting this delicate balance from one of finely tuned interactions to a malignant and polluted environment. The ancient peoples of the earth long ago recognized their dependence on the ecosystem of the planet to sustain and renew their children. Modern society has become completely detached from the reality and believes the planet is here only for our selfish and greedy consumption. The renewal is taken for granted, yet we pour toxic waste into the seas and landscape so that our offspring will be facing death 1,000 years from now. Our abuse of the natural world has annihilated whole species of creatures and run a hole in the very fabric of the atmosphere that makes life on this planet possible. This is a crime beyond comprehension, and humankind will be paying the price for generations to come. Temperance is the traditional name of this card, and it represents a state of inner strength and tranquility from which deeper knowledge of the self and the universe can be absorbed and contemplated. It is the key to the higher self. Both on the personal level and as a species, we must strive to find a balance. You must be balanced and patient. The time is right to rest and contemplate all the facets of your existence. To continue now, you must be still and calm. Finding the inner balance that will enable you to see beyond the present state is a process of trust and confidence in your own strengths. These facets may include the parts of your psyche that you would rather not deal with, but no amount of denial will rid you of the need to absorb and reclaim them. Balance is absolutely necessary to free the inner self from the fears and self-doubts that keep us spiritually deaf, dumb, and blind. Once the natural state of balance is achieved, the plateau that will give you access to the higher self will be open before you. Okay, so now I want to move on to the Wild Unknown Tarot. Spirit, what else does this masculine collective need to see and hear today about their healing journey? Thank you, Spirit. Oh yeah, that's far too many. We'll keep these ones. So we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, Ten of Swords is on pages 122, 123. Those numbers could be relevant for you. Ruin, rock bottom, melodrama. When the Ten of Swords appears, you finally hit rock bottom. You've let others walk all over you while you play the victim. Is it possible that you love the backstabbing and drama too much to move forward without it? If not for drama, what would you focus on? It's time to find out. And I'm going to tell you now that what it's time for is for you to go within. And that already came out with the Four of Stones, right? So you got to go within and do the inner healing work. Next we have the Daughter of Cups. This is on pages 94 and 95. Creative, emotional. Creative energy abounds from the Daughter of Cups. She's romantic, artistic, and easily inspired by her surroundings. A true dreamer by nature, she struggles to stay grounded or to deal with any harsh realities that come her way. Conflict of any kind is very disturbing to this gentle creature. And I feel like this gentle creature is the feminine that you are attached to. Okay, next we have the Three of Swords coming out. And I feel like the Three of Swords is how you made this Daughter of Cups energy feel. The Three of Swords is on pages 108 and 109. Those numbers could be relevant. Betrayal, heartbreak, and turmoil. A dark and complex card, the Three of Swords, is rarely a welcome sight. Its wrath may come in the form of lies, betrayal, cheating, or heartbreak. There will be emotional entanglement and confusion. Do not try to make any decisions while in this state. Wait for your heart and spirit to mend. Just 1 second. I'm sorry if that was hard to hear. I just realized my microphone was not plugged in. Hopefully this will be better now. I do apologize for that. So we had the Great Bear, the Six of Stones, the Five of Stones, the Nine of Arrows, and the Balance come out in the Wildwood Tarot. Now we've had the Ten of Swords, the Daughter of Cups, and the Three of Swords come out in the Wild Unknown Tarot. A dark and complex card, the Three of Swords, is rarely a welcome sight. Its wrath may come in the form of lies, betrayal, cheating, or heartbreak. There will be emotional entanglement and confusion. Do not try to make any decisions while in this state. Wait for your heart and spirit to mend. I feel like this is the energy of the feminine that you're connected to, and this is due to your actions. Next we have the Father of Pentacles. And I just noticed that came with the Mother of Pentacles. So I do believe that you feel like this person is your match with the Mother and Father of Pentacles here. So I'm going to go ahead and read both of those now. First, the Mother of Pentacles, pages 158 and 159. So Father of Pentacles is 160, 161. Any of those numbers could be relevant for you and your connection. Okay, Mother of Pentacles, domestic love and patient. The Mother of Pentacles excels in the home. She knows exactly what to do while raising a family and tending to the tasks of daily life. There's a potential for her identity to become wrapped entirely around her children and home, which leaves her needy and attached. This is the cause of most of her turmoil. She often has qualities of a healer and is very connected to nature. And I'm getting that is definitely your feminine's energy, and that is common energy for the feminine collective. And now the Father of Pentacles is going to be your energy. And we have steady and entrepreneurial. The Father of Pentacles is a steady, gentle man. Upon first meeting, he can almost seem dull because of his extremely calm temperament. But underneath is an incredibly passionate man who prioritizes the stability of his job, family, and home. He is entrepreneurial and diligent at work. A true pleasure to know, and I get that this is your energy. And if you're not in that energy yet, you're being asked to embody that energy, okay? And then my final message will be from the Yogi Oracle. So Spirit, what is the final message this masculine collective needs to see and hear today? What's the final message here? So far, what has come out is you need to work on balance, patience, balance, and healing. Well, with the Ten of Swords, I feel like you have some healing to do of your heart as well. Okay, sorry about that. A bunch of the cards fell to the floor. Okay, so we've got Aker Kamui, the Great Octopus God, adaptation, flexibility, acceptance. So this is on page 27. That number could be relevant for you. The theory of nature. Bursting up from the depths of the ocean rises a Kora Kamui, a crimson-skinned octopus god so enormous it can swallow even a whale in one gulp. The Akora Kamui card symbolizes the overwhelming power of unmanageable forces and urges you to stop fighting what you have no power to change. Okay, so stop trying to change the things that you cannot change. The only things that you can control is how you act and react to situations. Okay? Shiza no moi is a phrase that reminds you many things in life, natural disasters, political upheaval, even the feelings and actions of others are beyond your control. What you do have control over are your own emotions and reactions to these events. Practice adapting, staying flexible, and finding harmony within the chaos. The path forward doesn't lie in resistance, but in resilience and adaptability. Reflection. How can you find balance and navigate with grace and strength a situation that feels beyond your control? So that is something for you to reflect on. That could be different for each and every one of you. Next we have Tsukinoko, Children of the Mallet, Synchronicity, Sudden Appearance, Irreplaceable Moments. This is on page 127. Serendipitous Encounter. Bursting from a bush, screaming chi, a Tsuchinoko, a yoki resembling a very short, wide snake, comes rolling right at you like a wheel. To escape, simply jump out of the way. But you might want to grab your net instead. 3 elusive creatures are incredibly valuable if caught. The word Magirai translates into the magic of a chance encounter or encounter by fate. It speaks to those fleeting moments of serendipity, a connection that feels destined, even if brief. Like the glimpse of the Tsukinoko itself, a Magirai can be a missed opportunity if not recognized. These encounters, whether joyful or challenging, hold a special significance and should be valued. Reflection. Are you mindful of the people and opportunities that cross your path, recognizing that each interaction has the potential to enrich your life in some way? And it is true, every person that we meet, they're a lesson or a blessing, right? You can learn from every single person that you ever meet in your life. Okay, next we have Kappa, River Children, Thriving, Flow, Harmony with Surroundings. Okay, this is on page 75, so that number could be relevant for you. Like a fish to water. Lurking in the depths of a river or lake, the creepy-looking Kappa waits to attack. Its slimy body and beaked face may be scrawny and child-sized, but its saucer-like head is filled with water, giving it unparalleled strength. The phrase Mizu ni Ida Sakana embodies being in your element, thriving, and utilizing all your strengths while feeling a sense of flow and ease. This Kappa card asks you to reflect on your current environment. Are you flourishing, or do you feel stuck, restless, or unfulfilled? If the latter, maybe it's time to make adjustments. Perhaps a change of environment, a different arrangement of people you surround yourself with, or a shift in perspective. Reflection. Where in life do you feel most comfortable, confident, and capable? What can you do to bring yourself to a place where you truly thrive? Okay, next we have Zashiki Warashi, Guest Room Children, Prosperity, Harmony, and Blessings. And this is on page 143. I'm getting I love you from that. Perfect fortune and virtue. In the middle of the night, you hear a child giggle, and you wake the next morning to find small dirty footprints all over the floor. The culprits are trickster spirits called Zashiki Warashi, and despite the dirt, you're lucky to have them. When seen, they look like children dressed in traditional clothes and are harbingers of good fortune. Treat them well and they'll stick around. Fuku Toku Enmin is a beautiful four-character idiom that expresses a state of perfect happiness, both materially and spiritually. Like the Zashiki Warashi, prosperity and abundance flourish where kindness, gratitude, and care are nurtured. This card reminds you that happiness is not just a gift, but something you can invite through the energy you bring into your home and your life. Reflection: how can you create an environment where prosperity and harmony thrive? Okay, and then finally we have Kitsunebi, Box Fires, Dazzlement, Illusion, and Discernment. Okay, this is on page 81. That number could be relevant for you. Dazzlement or bewilderment. In the dead of night, red, orange, and ghostly blue orbs flicker in a procession on a distant hillside, or perhaps they appear in a forest to lure unwitting travelers deeper into the unknown with their otherworldly glow. These are the captivating Kitsunebi beware. The word Jinwaku, meaning dazzlement or bewilderment, also carries nuances of mystery, confusion, and even danger. This card cautions you to avoid being mesmerized by appearances or chasing something that seems too good to be true. Just as the Kitsunebi will trick travelers, some people, paths, or opportunities in your life may lead to disorientation and harm. If something especially enchanting charms you, pause, step back, and take an objective look to avoid being led astray. Reflection: think about your life. Is there anything you're absolutely obsessed with right now that might need closer examination? Maybe you can ask a trusted friend for their advice. Okay, so I'm going to leave this reading here. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.